We got a video from 3 years ago that's got 29,000 views. Don't know, but I'm just gonna give it a try, and it could obviously the title of the video is what intrigued me in it, and that says one of the UK's most shocking cases. His crime rocked Darlington, causing a second murder town. It's an 8-minute video, so yeah, let's get it cracking, man. Yo, relax, fam.
Tonight.
Trying to show us your ass crack. Oh, it's not even from the beginning.
Yeah, I missed that. I'm sorry.
In tonight's murder town, we're in Darlington.
I'm from the UK, I don't even know where the heck Darlington is.
In 1998,
That must be some
police
quiet
were
town.
investigating the discovery of a human torso wrapped in a bin bag on this lane. They'd identified the victim as 32-year-old Julie Paterson, and now the hunt was on for her killer.
Their breakthrough had come from a man called David Harker, who had been boasting about killing a woman to his friends. So police in the town made him their #1 suspect.
That's how you know he's ill. You kill someone and you're boasting about it. What the fuck?
The evidence that Harker had a record of violence, and that his friends had said he had, told them that he'd murdered this girl, that he'd killed her, it was inevitable that the police would search his flat. The police gained entry to this flat, and they went in and very quickly discovered that it was a murder scene.
Daisy, Mark Jacobs.
I'm sorry.
My personal chef brought me this.
A police forensic officer said at the time that the basement resembled the climactic scene from Silence of the Lambs. It was absolutely appalling. There was blood everywhere, and it was just an absolute horror scene. They knew they had their man.
Harker was quickly arrested in the town, and police could now piece together the horrific details of what had gone on. Forensic reports confirmed that it was Julie who had been killed in that flat. And as police soon learned, Julie and Harker had become friends in the days before her death.
In April 1998, Julie Paterson, David Harker, they met up in a pub. Harker courted her over a few drinks, persuaded her to go back to his apartment. He found a pair of her tights just either behind the bed or on the bed, and took it into his mind to strangle her. He cut off flesh from her thigh and cooked it, and
I don't know if I want to eat this now. What the hell?
he ate it with garlic, pasta and cheese. He then dragged the remains of her body down into the basement, where he kept her for some time, maybe a week or two, and then disposed of her torso in a bin bag in a derelict garden nearby.
I always watched out for her and stuck up for her. Just I wasn't there on the last time. And I couldn't have been there, really. But that's haunted me ever since.
David Harker was now set to face justice.
When it came to trial, he wasn't charged with murder. He was charged with manslaughter on the grounds of diminished responsibility. He was given an indefinite jail term with a recommendation from the judge that he should not be allowed to be considered for parole for at least 14 years.
I always remember me and my dad sitting here, the judge over that way, and he was only there. Wanted so much to get over there and kill him. I did. But I had my family to think about, and I had a daughter and a son. So we just let it take its toll, and we were happy the way it ended up. Yeah.
You're mad. If I see you in a court, jumping over them benches and grabbing your neck, mate, joking the life out you, doing as much damage I can possibly do. Mad.
We got the right result in the end.
Manslaughter on the grounds of diminished responsibility is no less a charge or a crime than murder. Carries the same penalty, so I don't think there was any issue about that. I think people felt, well, he's locked away. It's not justice, maybe. I think, some people might have felt that there wasn't anything, that would be justice, other than perhaps the death penalty for somebody like him. But it was as good as he was going to get.
In 1998, David Harker had finally been imprisoned for the murder of Julie Peterson. Although he'd been caught, the pain for her family continued. Parts of her body hadn't been found.
The police are mounting a major search for Julie's body parts. Looking in drains, looking in gardens, under undergrowth, in the parks, all the places round about where the bin bag was found. And one of the police officers said, we just need to do this in respect of Julie. We've got to try and find the pieces.
Yeah.
Harker was giving them absolutely no cooperation whatsoever.
For the whole family, man.
Still never told.
Because obviously, like, yeah, you buried part of their body, but you want to bury everything, man. Do you know what I mean? But I don't get why I didn't ask him where the heck he got rid of all the bodies, because you're locked up anyway. You might as well admit it.
Anyone where Julie's head, arms, and legs are. The police did everything they could, but the head, that's his trophy. And he won't tell anybody where that's at all.
Now getting on for 20 years. To my knowledge, David Harker has not informed anybody about anywhere where he put these parts. It's evil. It's cruel on Julie's family, on her children.
Yeah, man.
Who must wonder.
Give the family some peace, brother.
It is just the most evil thing that he won't say what he did with
Couldn't hold in that bed.
Julie's remains.
By 2005, the memory of Julie Peterson's murder had faded in the town of Darlington. She'd been killed 8 years earlier by local cannibal David Harker. But while the town had regrouped and moved on, for her boyfriend, Alan Taylor, the pain would never go away.
Oh, shit. You weren't just a murderer, this guy was a fucking animal, bro. Eating her up and shit, man, you sick bastard. Fucking sick bastard, bro.
There was obviously a great deal of outpouring of sympathy for Alan and his family and everything that he'd had to go through, but he dealt with it his own particular way. He internalised all that grief, all that trauma, and obviously it manifested itself perhaps in a way which it shouldn't. I was working the weekend shift and we'd got a tip-off basically that there was a lot of police activity on Trafalgar Terrace. There was police officers, they had the kind of house taped off, there were people coming in and out with kind of white boiler suits. Obviously something had happened there above and beyond your regular crime. Eventually the police kind of had confirmed that a body had been found within the flat. Later that day the police identified him as John Morrison. Police were able to confirm quite quickly that they had arrested a man on suspicion of John's murder.
And the man they arrested was Alan Taylor.
He believed when he would go to jail, he could get a David Harker. Obviously, that wasn't going to happen.
I think he just felt that justice had not been done in terms of how David Harker had been dealt with, and I think he just basically, wanted to do what he could to avenge Julie's death.
The police and the prison authorities saw through that one and made sure he never was in the same prison as Harker.
What? Wait. Cause it, wait, what? Wait, I'm confused.
And moved on. For her boyfriend, Alan
I've got to go
Taylor,
back, my
the
bad.
pain would never go away.
There was obviously a great deal of outpouring of sympathy for Alan and his family and everything that he'd had to go through, but he dealt with it his own particular way. He internalised all that grief, all that trauma, and obviously it manifested itself perhaps in a way which it shouldn't. I was working the weekend shift and we'd got a tip-off basically that there was a lot of police activity on Trafalgar Terrace. There was police officers, they had the kind of house taped off, there were people coming in and out with kind of white boiler suits. Obviously something had happened there above and beyond your regular crime. Eventually the police kind of had confirmed that a body had been found within the flat. Later that day the police identified him as John Morrison. Police were able to confirm quite quickly that they had arrested a man on suspicion of John's murder.
And the man they arrested was Alan Taylor.
He believed when he would go to jail, he could get a David Harker. Obviously, that wasn't going to happen.
I think he just felt that justice had not been done in terms of how David Harker had been dealt with, and I think he just basically, wanted to do what he could to avenge Julie's death.
The police and the prison authorities saw through that one and made sure he never was in the same prison as Harker.
Okay, now. Right, that town probably talks about that to this day, bro. When did that happen now? Let's see. You can see the pain in the man and rage. Yeah, man. That's his sister, bro. I knew Julie and remembered her daughter. Terrible case. Still haunts me to this day how I could have been the one to have discovered her a week before the police did. At that very back lane was one of my routes to an old address. That's not there now. I did notice bin bag just on the left and behind hedges. I had this thing for derelict buildings and column lanes had caught my attention. The only reason for not going in was I had been somewhere else, and I were very dark, and it were getting dark. On top of that, the smell was horrendous. I thought it was a train problem and headed off home. If I had opened the bag, I most certainly would have been mentally scarred for life. L Reader, my fucking L Reader, blood. The alleyway has been known as Dead Man's Alley since I was teen. Never knew the full story. Very interesting to learn about it now. Dead Man's, right, that's dark, that, you know. It's absolutely dark. That's absolutely flipping dark.